Dan is the king of high-ticket sales, and he is a masterful entrepreneur.
That's what I love about Dan, no BS.
Dan is an exceptional leader, teacher, business mentor, and friend.
Dan's a force of nature.
$12 million in my pocket is what I believe I would have above and beyond what I've made in the last 10 years alone, had I found Dan Lok sooner.
All right, today we are going to talk about how to make big money as a public speaker. Now, I have been a public speaker for more than 15 years now. Now, thinking about it, my goodness, I've been doing this for a long time. In case you don't know me, my name is Dan Lok, and we have generated over $100 million in coaching and digital course sales in the last couple of years. Now, a big chunk of that revenue comes from my speaking skill. Now, the way that I look at speaking, it's a little bit different from how most people look at public speaking. There are two ways you can make big money as a public speaker. You could speak for a fee or speak for free. Speaking for a fee meaning that you are doing a keynote. So a company, an organization, a corporation, they're hiring you, they're paying you, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 to come into their conventions, to come into their companies, right? To do a keynote, to do speaking, and usually they pay for the travel. If you are a celebrity, you could charge $100,000, $200,000, even up to $1 million. So that is speaking for a fee. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not how I got started in my speaking career, because I was a nobody. No company would pay me for a fee. That's not how I got started. Instead, what I did is I speak for free, right? This, to me, is you're speaking for applause, right? When you're somebody, you've got a book, you're well-known, yeah, companies would pay you money to come and speak. But when you're just getting started, how you could utilize your speaking skill and actually make more money than the speakers who are charging a fee, you speak to sell. So basically, you have your offer, your high-ticket offer, and you have a high-ticket signature talk. You would go to an event, you would work with a promoter, an event organizer, and you would do, let's say, a 90-minute talk. And usually, you pay for your own travel, you pay for your own hotel. So you go out there, you're speaking to a group of audience, let's say 100 people, and you're making an offer. And at the end, you sell X amount of people, you close X amount of people into buying your offer, and then you split that profit or that revenue with the event organizer. Let's say you have a $10,000 offer, you speak to a group of people, right? Let's say 100 people, and you close 10. So you've generated over $100,000 from that speaking gig, and let's say you do a 50-50, which is pretty common. 50% to the promoter, because they are the ones who are putting together the event, doing the marketing, and getting people in the room. So they keep 50%, and you keep 50%, so you keep $50,000 of that. So compared to someone who's just speaking for a fee, maybe it's $5,000, maybe it's $10,000, maybe it's $25,000, if you know how to close from the platform, I call that platform closing, it is a very powerful skill, because now you could generate $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, or even more from a single speaking engagement. And more than that, not only you get the money, now you have clients that you could go back and offer other programs and products and services. As a coach, a consultant, as an expert, I believe platform closing skill is one of the most valuable skills you could develop. It doesn't matter if you're speaking to an audience. It doesn't matter if you're speaking through the lens to a camera. It doesn't matter if you're speaking to a virtual audience, a webinar. It is all the same. It is the same skill set that you need in order to give yourself more leverage. The problem is this. Platform closing, I believe, is actually a lost art. Why? Because times has changed. Think about it. If you are an event promoter, you spend a fortune marketing, promoting the event, getting people to the event, spending a fortune on the venue. You are not going to choose a speaker that's not proven to convert, because you need to generate X amount of dollars in order to make money from the event. So you're going to pick someone that's proven. So any new speakers coming in, right, without that platform to practice, I remember the first time I tried to close from the platform, as I was walking up to the stage, half of the room were leaving. Half the room as I was walking up to the stage. I was in my 20s, right? Because I was a bonus speaker. What it means is the event is supposed to end at 5. I'm going up there at 5 p.m. So the event is done. I have that kind of bonus spot. People are not planning to stay, right? Because Alan, my first mentor, gave me the opportunity. So people were leaving at 5. I needed to hold attention, which I wasn't very good. And at the end, I would make an offer. I didn't close anything, 0, for many speaking gigs. But because my mentor, who was hosting these events, he gave me the opportunity to practice again and again until I cracked the code, until I figure out what works and what doesn't when it comes to platform closing. And now I could do an event, I could walk into a room, and I could close 6-figure. I could close 7-figure because I've had the opportunity to practice. But nowadays, because of the internet, because of just doing webinar, right? You don't get the feedback. You don't know what techniques work and what techniques don't work. When you're speaking to a live cold audience who doesn't know you from Adam, a group of complete strangers, you got to walk up to the stage, and by the time you are done, a percentage of them want to continue the education with you. They want to buy from you. That's very hard. It's very easy to get applause. It's very easy to get standing ovation. That's for your ego, not good for your wallet. But how do you actually get people to buy by the time you are done? And that's the art and science of platform closing. So the 2 ways you can make money as a speaker. You could speak for a fee, or you could speak for free now. Now I'm in a position where I'm doing both. They pay me to speak. At the same time, I could still make offers. Not only now I get paid before I even get there. They pay for the travel, they pay for everything. Plus, I could still make offers and get clients that way. That's where you want to get to. Wouldn't it be nice if you're in a position that you could do that? But start here. Don't aim for this. Aim for this. Develop the capability and skill that you could close from the platform, that you could actually close. How do you close in groups? That skill will serve you for the rest of your life as a consultant, as a coach, or as an expert. Until then, go high ticket.